Hi guys, Lady Random here and welcome back to the Baj Patreon server. Okay, so we are expanding our little purpur farm. We've got more purpur, well, we've got more chorus fruit cooking away. We've got a few more purpur blocks in our inventory. We have a bunch of noisy animals. And we have plans. Because I basically wanted to sort of pretty this up a little bit. Try and actually get a bit of colour. We've got a reasonable amount of colour in here now. We could put the flooring down and everything like that. But our chest room is just looking seriously grey and desperately in need of brightening up. So I've been doing a little bit of work. I'll be honest with you and say not a great deal, and there is a reason for that, which I will go into in a little while. But I have been busy making purpur pillars and cooking purpur blocks and slabs and things, and you probably saw in the room we put a little edging of purpur down. Purpur. But I do need a bit more endstone, so I am going to hop over very quickly to the end, or as quickly as this kind of thing allows, over to the end, grab a little bit more endstone, because I want to make some endstone bricks. And I don't know actually whether you can, because we don't have any eye on this, and that always, when you've been playing modded a little bit, is quite confusing. We also have a very meowy cat as well who wants to go out. So what I shall do is I shall head over to the end and I will catch up with you guys over there. So we shall see you in a bit. And we're back. Okay, so we're over in the end, wearing a pumpkin on our head, which is much the tradition when we do such a visit. But we need to pop out again to the end islands, and let's go grab ourselves a bit more endstone while we kind of have a little chitty chat about the latest plans. So let's have a look. We haven't been to this one, I don't think. Why don't we pop over to this end island? I think we've got, yeah, we have got some med pearls. We've got a decently prepared pick. Let's just make sure that nothing is going on here. Pies, bits and pieces. Hopefully we should be okay. Maybe what we should do is actually, ouch, maybe we should use this one. Because at the end of the day, we only want endstone, so we don't need anything. Why for you to happen? There we go. Finally. So where is the way down from here then? Is that a ladder? It is a ladder down for this one, okay. No stairway. Ooh, okay, this looks like it's been farmed out quite a bit actually already for chorus fruit. But that's cool. We is only wanting endstone. So hopefully she says, oh look, yeah, that's decent size here. We'll just sort of strip this out and have a chat as we go. So I want to kind of, as I say, do a bit of decoration in the base. I want to sort of brighten it up a little bit in our chest room. But yeah, I mentioned earlier about modded. And for any of you that do follow me regularly, you'll know that I have been playing sort of a fair bit of modded Minecraft over the last sort of year, 18 months or so. Been doing Sky Factory, and obviously we're now doing the Void World HQM. So I do like my modded. I love vanilla, just every now and again, you know, come back, play vanilla for a bit. It's kind of a nice break from all of the technical stuff. But I do really enjoy the modded Minecraft. For anybody who follows Baj, so obviously this is Baj's Patreon server, may be aware from the Reddit that he has actually now started up a modded server as well for his patrons, and that is... Ooh, kind of didn't want to hit you then. Come on, get out of the way. Yeah, so that is supporting the Crack Pack. So it's the latest version of Crack Pack. So if you follow any of the other Minecraft guys, you'll know that they have been busy with Crack Pack at the moment, and we have access to this on our own server as well. So looking at here, there is me and me on the vanilla server at the moment, and that seems to be pretty much the case, because I think a lot of people who enjoy the modded have jumped over, and you know, again, it's all part of the Patreon. So if you're sort of pledging, I think it's $15 a month, you get access not only to the server but also to the Crack Pack server as well. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, a lot of the community that we're on here have migrated over to Crack Pack. Random and I have been over on there. Obviously the modded stuff I'm a little bit more familiar with. I wouldn't say I was particularly good at it, but I'm a little bit more knowledgeable about it. Random has done some modded stuff as well. I mean, we both, really, I suppose it's probably about 4 years ago, we had Tech It, and we also had Attack of the B Team as well. So you've got some of the same mods, but obviously there's a little bit of evolution with those since then anyway. So it's kind of quite nice to sort of be able to play with people again, as opposed to kind of like, I was about to say playing with myself, but that sounds really quite wrong. Playing by myself on like a modded, I say server, but like a modded single player. Because there's some stuff that just kind of doesn't work for single player mode. Having said that, on the flip side, there is also some stuff which you could deem within the mod packs as actually being fairly antisocial. You could almost take it as far as to say that it could be... I think griefing is probably a strong term for it. But it can actually spoil the game for some people. You know, there's some of the stuff with the witchery mod and the blood magic which are included in Crack Pack, which, you know, unless you're kind of warring with people, and, you know, that can all get a bit silly, you know, it is kind of causing grief to people. So, you know, I think you've got to be fairly careful when you're playing on a modded server of obviously what kind of things you're making, the potential effects on the speed of the server, so whether it's lag inducing, you know, it's having consideration for, you know, your other server friends, just making sure that, you know, stuff you're doing isn't actually going to have a negative impact on their game. You know, a lot of people like modded. Some people are really well read up on it, others not so, and this, you know, could be the first time they've really started to delve into it. And, you know, you'll get people who get the chance to play all the time, and you'll get people who have much more limited time. So, you know, obviously they could still be in early games. So it's kind of being conscious of that, and that can be a lot more difficult to manage on a multiplayer server. But, you know, we've got a pretty good bunch. So, you know, I hope that sort of by doing this, it's actually going to be a lot of fun. That people can actually learn from each other, and it's good. And I've quite enjoyed having the fact that, you know, jump onto TeamSpeak, and when you're kind of a little bit stuck with something, or you're trying to find the best way of doing something, that you've actually got other people that you can talk to, or can come and help you, or show you things, as opposed to kind of spending an awful lot of time researching on the wiki, which is fine. But, you know, when you're short on time anyway, and, you know, we want to try and spend time enjoying it, not just kind of researching for making videos, because, you know, where's the fun in that? And if we get bored with something, then, you know, that comes through in the videos, and, you know, we don't want it to become a grind, which is why it's nice to have that social aspect with it as well. So, why am I wittering on about this? And there is a reason, and I'm kind of thinking, for the time being, that this is probably going to be, I say, not the last episode I'm going to make on the vanilla server. I'm not intending for it to be the last. I've kind of dried up a little bit with ideas at the moment. I know T Snow is planning a steampunk village, which I believe that myself and Olvera will be helping with, but that's obviously a fair amount of resource gathering to sort of get that set up in the first place, which obviously isn't going to make particularly interesting video. So what I have decided to do is, you know, I'm not going to be stopping coming on here. I will be coming on, I will be gathering resources. I'm kind of working a little bit in creative with a couple of, let's just fill that in just because I don't like messy holes, a couple of ideas for sort of builds that we can do for the steampunk village. I've, you know, found a couple of interesting sort of drawings and pictures that it's sort of a bit of an effort to try and create, and maybe it's something that I'm myself not particularly good at, or good enough builder to be able to create, but you know, Olvera is a phenomenal builder, so I'm sure she can probably see ways of doing things and have ideas that will probably work better than the ones that I've tried myself. But so yeah, we're certainly not going to stop, but I've decided that what I'm actually going to do is replace my Monday Patreon slot, which is usually on here, with Crackpack, and that will be starting from week commencing the 25th of July. So it kind of ties in sort of quite nicely when Random and I are technically AFK for some time, as we're having the building work happening that I was talking about in the previous episode. How many have we got? We've got 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 stacks. Is that going to be enough, do we think? Or do we just carry on stripping this out? Let's see, we'll take a little bit more out. So yeah, so while Random and I are sort of having to pre-record everything, it's been kind of nice to get on there. So there are some episodes of Crackpack that we've already got done, and we'll be starting to release those from week commencing the 25th in replacement for the stuff here on Patreon. But as I said, it's not a case that I'm not going to be doing anything with Patreon anymore. I most certainly will. At the point where we'll be getting the really strange noise. Is that music? Yeah, I think it must be. It's got the music quite low, so it was just sounded like a sort of almost like a saw kind of noise. But yeah, I think once we start kicking off with the steampunk village, and we've actually got some, you know, some interesting build stuff going on to show you, then, you know, there will be episodes coming up. So that will probably pop up in addition to Crackpack. So, you know, you lucky things may be getting an extra video every now and again. As a special treat, because I'm so good to you like that. But, yeah, we'll see how that goes. I was originally considering kind of running both at the same time and having, you know, Crackpack as a permanent additional series. But I've decided that, to be fair, with the time I've actually got, it's too much. You know, I try to actually record with a week in hand, and that means, you know, it just gives me the opportunity to, well, if things kind of don't go to plan, or I have a weekend that's just sort of particularly busy, it means that I still have videos ready for the next week, so I'm not kind of like going and having weeks where I'm not uploading anything. You know, I should always have something, because I've got that little backup of one extra video per series per week to fall back on should I need to. So yeah, I've kind of thought, no, I'm not going to do it as a separate series. I'm going to swap them out. I mean, effectively, it is still Patreon. You know, it's still Baj's server, so it's still supporting him. And I really hope as well that sort of having the modded stuff going up as an alternative, that it will hopefully inspire those of you who maybe aren't already sub to him as a Patreon or a Patreon of Baj's to maybe do that. Because, you know, it's pretty cool. He's put up this extra server. It's not it's not costing any more than it would have done. So, you know, you've effectively now got 2 servers for the price of 1. And yeah, you can't really say fairer than that. So, you know, that's something that he's arranged. You know, we've got Pyro and Pi are doing a superb job in administering everything and keeping the servers running and stuff like that. So, you know, they've been absolutely brilliant. So, you know, they're on hand to sort it. So if you're not already one of Baj's patrons, then please, please, please think about it, because, you know, it's good fun. It's a good community. And, you know, now having... We actually full. We are. Oh, my Lord. Okay, let's have a little munchy munch. We've been a little bit greedy. Is there anything that we can get rid of? Sadly not. So let's grab our ender chest down. And let's whack a load of this into there, I think. There we go. Let's bring you back down there. Got our silky touch. There we go. Let's go back and gather all that stuff that we didn't pick up because we were not paying attention and didn't realise that our inventory was full. There we go. Yeah, where were we? See, I was saying about the Patreon. So yeah, you know, if you're not a Patreon, then seriously give it some thought. You know, I know Badgers certainly appreciate it, but yeah, you get to join a really good community. It's nice, actually. We've got a few sort of new faces who have appeared sort of on the new server, which is good. So there's new people to get to know. You've obviously got the old crew who've been around for the last sort of, well, 18 months or so now, I think it must be. But everybody, you know, everybody's lovely. Got a really good bunch of people, a lot of knowledge, a lot of skill. You know, if you've not done much modded, there are some nice simple mods. There's some really complex stuff if you like getting your teeth into things. But it should be good fun. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Okay, well, I'm going to continue mining this lot out, and I shall catch up with you guys back at base once we've had a chance to sort of start doing a little bit of work to our room and getting the basics down. So I shall catch up with you guys very soon. See you in a sec. Okay, so here we go. We have started trying to put the flooring down. So, flooring wise, I have just gone for the brick. So we need to put that in between there, just so we've got the chests being nicely surrounded by it. Now, if it's kind of hidden, I haven't bothered replacing the slabs. So, like under the workbenches and bits like that, where you're not going to see it. But certainly here, sort of in between the chests, where you are going to see a little bit of the top of the stone, I have decided to replace it in between the chests. Just sort of looking to save a little bit of time, a little bit of resource. It's very, very soft. These endstone bricks. But yeah, I've used the endstone bricks. Dead simple to make. It's literally just 4 endstone in a 2x2 square. And hopefully, if I've been smart, we should have enough to do the flooring. Now, what I like about this is it doesn't give off light, but it does kind of reflect the light back a little bit more. So I think it actually straight away makes the room seem a little bit brighter, a little bit less grey. Because I mean, that is the problem. That's what I love about the fact that we've now got, so you see these here. I'm not going to bother replacing those because they're hidden away. I've got nothing underneath there. But yeah, the game is quite grey. So having a splash of colour that isn't grey. I mean, yeah, I'm going to leave the some of the walls. I'm going to leave that. But I'm kind of thinking probably leave the brick along the top. We'll have a look, but I want to swap sort of this part out here. So the brick's on the bottom, these bits here. Maybe see how we go with maybe swapping out these parts, so maybe using a different colour behind here. No, it's difficult because this is only 1 block thick. So knocking out the actual brickwork here could be a problem. So it is going to have to probably be the stuff that is like the accent colours. But let's stick. Where should we stick this? Or why don't we grab ourselves a bunch of the blocks, because we're going to need to make a load of steps anyway. Come back. So let's make ourselves a bunch of the stairs. It's not going to be anywhere near enough there, but it's a start. And let's pop those away. Maybe shrink this down a little, just so we can get our bricks in. And get our slabs put back into here, just kind of out the way. Not that we've actually got a lot of room for those either, have we? Oh dear, running out of room. But right, so let's start. What should we do? Start taking these ones out, because this is where I kind of want to have a little bit of a play, because I haven't really given a massive amount of thought as to how I'm going to use this, whether I just use the purple as an accent colour, which I think is probably going to be the way to do it, rather than kind of purpuring everything, because as much as purple is very nice, it is pretty purple. So maybe accent colour could be the way to do it. So that kind of does brighten it up, and it's whether we do the same up here, because I think that kind of just gives it a little bit of brightness without going too over the top. So why don't I just carry on knocking these top ones out quickly, just for speed. Just go dink, and we'll go back and replace those. We didn't put anything in the bottom there just because of access. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and we want to be doing the same on this side as well where we've got it. So one there, one there. So it's a little bit more spread out on this one, just because of the fact that we've been using the anvils and things like that, so we've not got quite as many to replace on this side, which is wondering whether we do need a bit more. I mean, there's nothing to stop us going over the top, so we've still got a little bit of continuity with it. Let's knock those out as we go. Or that's going to end up making it look unbalanced. We'll have a look and we'll see how it looks once it's done. So it does kind of balance it out a bit. It does make me think maybe what we should be doing here is actually putting a purple block underneath. Let's grab some of those so we can test it. Oh, it's not going to notice so much into the workbench, but certainly underneath the anvils it will. Oh, a little too hasty with the pick there. So do we maybe go like that? Let's put you back there. And then pop. Does kind of help a little, doesn't it? Does sort of balance it. It's not perfect. It's certainly under the... Whether we can do it from there, I think we might just have to break both of those out, mightn't we? You there. Just use you to push those up. That does balance it, doesn't it? Just that little bit more. The question is, these ends. These ends. Because it is kind of where it goes around a corner here. Now I could, in theory, put another door in at the end here. And maybe kind of finish this off here. So if we took that out there, took this out, we do have a little bit of an access problem there. I wonder whether we can make this curve round. If we... No, it's not going to work. It's a little bit of an access problem. But maybe what we could do is take you and take you and put you there like so, you there like so. And maybe take this middle one and make that like that. Because I'm sure... Where's my wood? Where are my wooden things? I'm sure I have. There we go. I've got another spruce door that we can maybe put... we have got 3 left. Awesome. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 3. Grab our cobble back. What have we put down there? Oh, we have put cobble down. Oh, well, never mind. Let's go 1, 2, 3. And the door. Like so. That does give us another way of getting out of this room, actually, which is probably not a bad thing to do. Okay, so doink there, doink there, doink there, you there, you there, and you there. So there we go. We do have, do you know what, I think to balance it as well, let's stick that there. That does give us a little bit more colour, which I think I prefer. So we've still got some of the grey. You know, we've still got room under here that we can continue expanding with the chests. So I kind of like the fact it is almost like a little bit offset as well. It's not perfectly symmetrical. But I think it looks a little bit better. It has kind of brightened it up a bit just by having the floor at least. So we've got a little bit of colour. I don't know whether to swap these out and maybe make that purple as well. Let's see how it looks. Do you know what? I like that. Let's just get rid of all of these. Where we've got them. And get these down, I think. Place. So we've still got a little bit of the grey. But we do have some colour. Now we could do something with the pillar blocks. Because, yet again, they're a completely different pattern to ones that we've got already. So I'm kind of thinking how we can maybe use that. And there. And we need to do the same over this side as well. 1, 2. So we've only got a couple here to take out at the moment, just because we haven't fully expanded the storage below for this part, but I quite like it. We could go in, oh gosh, we could go in and maybe put them in just for kind of continuity, ready for when we do put the chests in, because then we can just knock these bits out, just because it kind of makes the floor look a little bit more. Hee. Got a secret. Oh, there we go. Oh, try and. Well, that didn't exactly go to plan, did it? Let's see if we can grab you back and maybe try and. Nope. Stand on here. Yeah, there we go. So we've got a couple of little, I say secret chests, they're hardly secret. It's just sort of my extra bits. Oh. Let's take you back. Try and pick the right way. And last one here. There we go. Yeah, I think that does make it look a lot more balanced, does it not? So you and you need to come out, but possibly not you. You. So we have got a little chest just with some iron lurking underneath there. But we'll put a block in there for the moment. And we have you and you to come out as well. There we go. That kind of finishes it off. Just that little bit more. So yeah, I was kind of thinking, well, we've actually got a central row of bricks here. So maybe if we've got some of the slabs there, haven't we? Let's see if we can quickly make. How many are we going to get out of that? 24. That should do it. I would think that will do it. If it doesn't, I'll be very surprised. We can maybe knock out every other one. If we have one there, we'll leave a gap of 2, do we think? Kind of try and match this from the other end. So 1 and then a gap of 2. 1 and 2, gap of 2. Like so. A gap of 2. And a gap of 2. Let's match this from the other end. So it's a gap of 2, and you go 1, 2, and you go. And what have we got? 1, 2. Oh, it's very soft, breaks very easily. So 1, 2, you need to go. And how many have we got in the middle? 1, 2, 3. So we can just have 1 smack in the middle there. Well, I think that looks more interesting. I think that looks much more interesting. I'm not convinced about the alternation up there. I might, she says, just make all of this purple. Just because it's almost like, I'll be honest with you, say it's almost sending my eyes funny. I'll leave that one in the corner there because that's actually not going to be... I actually quite like how that looks as well. So we'll leave the corner ones just for a little bit of a contrast. Like so. But yeah, it was kind of looking a little bit, almost a little bit busy up the top. But I think I will leave the shelves effectively that the chests are standing on. I think I will leave those as the brick. So sometimes I kind of wish you could make smooth stone stairs. Because sometimes it's like the cobble is too patterned. The bricks, albeit, I mean, again, it's this texture pack. Probably my one gripe with it is that I know it's smooth, and it's supposed to be smooth, but the bricks are almost a little bit too ordered. It's kind of like they're almost too, like the bricks themselves are almost too small, that it makes it look all quite busy. But otherwise, I've got to say, you know, I really like the texture pack. I really like what they've chosen for the purple. So it's got that sort of nice texture to it. The chisel blocks, I think, look lovely. And I do like the end brick. Now, if these were a bit more like that, so kind of more like the traditional sort of default texture, it will probably be better. I mean, there's some applications where the small brick looks good. Other times, I'm not so sure, but there we go. What do we think? I kind of think that's better. I'm thinking we might need to do something to lighten the ceiling up a little bit. Whether we get some lighting, because we do have in here, I think, yeah, we do have some of the end rods. So we could try and do some lighting using the end rods and maybe some glass on the ceiling. We'd need probably quite a lot of end rods because I'd almost want to kind of dot cover the whole lot and then use glass over the top of it. But I don't know, maybe that's something for another day. But for now, from what is a very kind of endy, purple-y chest room, this is Lady Random saying I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you all very much for watching. I said next time we will be on the Crack Pack server, so starting out with Random on Crack Pack. So I hope you enjoyed the new series. As always, please feel free to leave a comment or a like. And I do read everything that comes in, so I will most definitely respond to you. But for now, thank you all very much for watching, and we shall see you in the next one. Take care.